everyone, my name is Mackenzie. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a part of Actua's outreach team. Today I will be guiding you through a simple STEM activity where we will be creating weather in a jar. We recommend the following activity for grades 4 and up. For this activity, we will be completing 2 experiments. For the first experiment, you will need a clear glass or jar, some shaving cream, some water, as well as some food coloring. I'm using blue, but you can use any color that you have at home. For experiment number 2, you will need some boiling water, a clear jar with a lid, some ice cubes, and some hairspray. Now to begin experiment number 1, you will pour water into your glass until it's almost full, but leave a little bit of space at the top for your cloud. Fantastic. Now for the next step, you will take your shaving cream and put in about 3 to 4 swirls on top of your water. If you're like me and you have shaving gel, I would recommend putting some gel on a plate first, mixing it up until it becomes the consistency of cream, and then putting it on top of your water. So I'm going to mix some gel up on a plate, like this. And after a little bit of mixing, you'll see that it becomes creamy. And that is the perfect consistency to put on top of your water. So I'll just go ahead and put that on my water. Fantastic. Now this represents my cloud. For the next step, you will need your food coloring. What you will do is take your food coloring and distribute a bunch of droplets on top of your cloud. You can put as many as you want, but make sure you spread it out all over the cloud. Now what you'll notice is that as the cloud begins to fill up more with rain, it becomes heavier and the droplets begin to fall through the cloud. If you position yourself at eye level, you can monitor the amount of rain coming out of your cloud, just like a meteorologist does. A meteorologist is a scientist that studies the Earth's atmosphere, particularly the climate and weather. Over time, the droplets and crystals that form a cloud can attract more water to themselves. When the water drops grow heavy enough, gravity will pull down the water in the form of a raindrop, just like what happened in your glass. Fantastic. So we can put that off to the side and it will continue to rain inside of your glass. To begin experiment number 2, you will want all of your materials very close by because this experiment moves very quickly. The first thing you'll need to do is boil some water in a kettle or on the stove. You can ask an adult for help with this step. Once your water has boiled, you will pour it into your jar until it's about halfway full. You can add some food coloring to your water if you want to jazz it up, but this step is not necessary. The next thing that you will need to do is take your hairspray and spray it directly into the jar for about 2 seconds. After you do that, you will want to seal the lid on really fast. So you might want to do this with a partner. So nice and quick like that. Then you will put your ice cubes on your lid. Now, just like our previous experiment, you will want to watch closely in the top of your jar. You'll notice that over time, a cloud will begin to form inside of your jar. Clouds form when water vapor rises into the atmosphere and then condenses onto microscopic particles. In our experiment, the warm water in the jar caused the air to heat up, and this created some water vapor in the jar as the water evaporated. Once the water vapor reached the top of the jar, it began to cool down because of the ice cubes on the lid. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed creating weather in a jar. Be sure to follow us on YouTube for more STEM content and tag Actua on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter if you post any pictures of your experiments today.